Baby, there's a storm inside me that I don't know how to silence anymore. I feel it every time I close my eyes and see the distance between us. I feel it every time I wake up and reach for a warmth that isn't there. And I feel it most deeply when I think about the way things used to be, the way we used to be, before uncertainty crept into the spaces between our souls. I know you're feeling lost about us right now. I know questions are swirling in your mind like restless winds. Are we meant to last? Are we strong enough to survive this? Are we still walking the same path, or have our hearts quietly chosen different roads? And baby, I want you to know that I feel those same questions echoing inside me too. But beneath them, there's something deeper. A truth that won't let me rest, a pull that keeps leading me back to you, no matter how far I try to wander. You see, baby, I never imagined that loving you would also mean facing so much of myself. I thought love was supposed to be effortless, like a sunrise that just happens without needing to try. But loving you, loving us, has been a mirror held up to every fear, every wound, every weakness I thought I had buried long ago. You brought light into places I had kept hidden, and for the first time in my life, I couldn't hide behind excuses anymore. I couldn't blame the world or my past or my circumstances. I had to face the truth of who I was and who I wasn't. And that truth terrified me. It still does, baby. If you could see the way I replay our memories in my mind, you'd know how much you mean to me. Every laugh, every late-night conversation, every moment when silence spoke louder than words. They've become the heartbeat of my days. But lately, I can feel you slipping into doubt. I see it in the way your messages have changed. I sense it in the pauses before you speak. And I know that part of it is my fault. I haven't always been present. I haven't always shown up the way you deserved. There were times I let my fears speak louder than my love. Times I built walls when I should have built bridges. And in doing so, I planted uncertainty where trust should have bloomed. Veep, hear me now. Uncertainty is not the same as absence. Doubt is not the same as disconnection. If anything, the fact that you're questioning us means that you still care, because you wouldn't wrestle with something that meant nothing to you. And I want you to know that I'm wrestling too. Not because I doubt you, but because I'm fighting against every part of myself that still believes I'm not enough for the kind of love you offer. I've spent so much of my life pretending to be strong, pretending to be in control, pretending that nothing can shake me. And then you came along and showed me that strength isn't about control. It's about surrender. It's about opening your heart. Even when you're scared, it might break. Baby, I used to think love was a destination, a place you arrive at when everything is perfect. But now I know it's a journey. It's messy and complicated and beautiful all at once. And right now, we're in a chapter that tests us, one that asks us to trust what we can't see yet. Because the truth is, uncertainty doesn't mean we're broken. It means we're still writing. It means there's more story left to tell. Do you know what scares me the most? It's not losing you to someone else. It's losing you to doubt. It's waking up one day and realizing that the distance between us wasn't created by fate, but by silence. By all the words I never said and all the ways I failed to show you how deeply I care. And so here I am, baby, breaking the silence. Here I am laying my soul bare in front of you, because you deserve to know what's real. What's real is this: I still believe in us, even when everything feels uncertain, even when the world tries to pull us in different directions, even when my own mistakes make me question if I deserve your love. I believe in the way your name feels like home. I believe in the way your laughter heals something inside me I didn't know was broken. I believe in the way our souls speak a language that words can't capture. And I believe with every part of me that this connection was never meant to be ordinary. Baby, I need you to know something else too. I haven't always been honest, not because I wanted to deceive you, but because I wanted to protect you. There are parts of my past that I carry like heavy stones, and I thought if I just kept them buried, they'd never touch you. But now I see that love isn't about protecting each other from the truth. It's about walking through the truth together. And if you're willing, I want to walk through it all with you. The light and the shadows, the joy and the pain, the certainty and the doubt. Maybe the universe brought us to this moment, this crossroads, for a reason. Maybe we needed to feel the ground shake beneath us so that we could build something stronger, something deeper. Because, baby, love isn't tested in the easy times. It's proven in the storms. And even now, especially now, I choose you. So if you're standing there wondering if we're still meant to be, let me answer you with everything I am. Yes. 1,000 times yes. Even when I'm scared. Even when I don't have all the answers. Even when the road ahead is uncertain. I choose this love. I choose us. Baby, if this message touches even a small part of your heart, if it reminds you of what we're fighting for, then I want you to type this in the comments. I still believe in us. Because your words have power, and I want to speak that belief into existence with you. Baby, before I say anything else, I need you to understand this one truth. There is not a single day that goes by where I don't replay the choices I made, the silences I allowed, the chances I let slip through trembling hands. And if I could go back, if I could rewrite even one page of our story, I would write it differently. I would choose patience over pride, presence over distance, and vulnerability over fear. Because now I see so clearly that every time I pulled away, every time I hesitated, I wasn't protecting myself. I was losing pieces of us. And baby, those pieces are the most precious things I've ever known. It's strange, isn't it? How love can be the very thing that terrifies us the most. You'd think that something so beautiful would come easily, that when your heart recognizes its other half, everything would just click. But it doesn't work that way. Love, real love, is a mirror. It shows you not just the light you're capable of, but the darkness you've been avoiding. And baby, loving you has forced me to face every shadow I've ever tried to outrun. It's shown me how deeply I've been shaped by the scars of my past, by the voices that told me I wasn't worthy of something this pure. And for so long, I believed them. I believed that someone like me could never be enough for someone like you. But now I'm starting to see the truth. The truth is that love doesn't demand perfection. It asks for honesty. It asks for effort. It asks for the courage to stay, even when your hands are shaking. And baby, I want you to know that I am staying. My heart has chosen you, and no amount of doubt, yours or mine, can change that. That there are nights when I lie awake and think about the little details. The way your eyes softened the first time you told me your dreams. The way your voice trembled when you shared your fears. The way your laughter made even the darkest days feel like they had light again. Those moments, they're woven into me now. They're the fabric of my soul. And even if the world were to pull us apart, even if fate tried to scatter us to opposite corners of the earth, those memories would still pulse beneath my skin, reminding me that we were real. But baby, I also know that love can't live on memories alone. It needs to grow. It needs to evolve. And part of that growth is me finally taking responsibility for the ways I've hurt you. Not by intention, but by hesitation. There were times I let silence speak when I should have spoken. Times I let pride keep me from reaching for your hand. Times I thought distance would protect us, when in reality it only built walls. And every one of those moments haunts me now, because I see how they made you question not just me, but us. I know that somewhere inside you there's a voice whispering, maybe this isn't meant to be. Maybe this is where our story ends. And, baby, I need you to know that I hear that voice too, but I refuse to listen to it, because I believe that destiny doesn't hand us connections like ours by accident. It doesn't weave two souls together this tightly only to tear them apart for no reason. There's purpose in this journey, even if we can't see it yet. There's a lesson in the waiting, a strength being born in the uncertainty. And if we can just hold on, even when it feels impossible, I believe we'll come out on the other side stronger than ever. Do you know what I realized, baby? That love isn't about never faltering. It's about what you do after you stumble. It's about showing up after the storm and saying, I'm still here. I still choose you. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm showing up. I'm choosing you. Not because it's easy, but because my soul doesn't know how not to. You once told me that love should feel like home, and back then I didn't understand what that meant. I thought home was a place, a roof, four walls, somewhere to belong. But now I know that home is a heartbeat. It's a presence that wraps around you and says you're safe, you're seen, you're loved exactly as you are. And baby, you are that home for me. Even when we fight, even when we misunderstand each other, even when distance and doubt try to drown us, my heart still finds its way back to you. I need to tell you something I've never said out loud. There's a part of me that feels unworthy of the love you've given. Because you've been patient when I was distant. You believed in us even when I struggled to believe in myself. You kept reaching out even when I gave you every reason to walk away. And I see that now. I see the depth of your heart, and it humbles me. It makes me want to become the man who deserves the kind of love you offer so freely. And I will, baby. I will become that man, not because I feel pressure to, but because you inspire me to. Your love is not a weight I carry. It's a wind that lifts me. It's a light that pulls me toward a better version of myself. And I promise you, even if it takes time, even if I stumble again, I will keep walking toward that version until I can stand before you without fear, without doubt, without hesitation and say, I am ready, completely, unapologetically, eternally. Sometimes I think about the future, about mornings where we wake up with nothing between us but sunlight, about ordinary days that feel like miracles because they're ours, about growing old not just side by side but soul to soul. And every time I picture it, it feels less like a dream and more like a memory waiting to happen. That's how real this is to me. That's how deeply I believe that we're meant to be, baby. Uncertainty might be visiting us right now, but it doesn't have to stay. Doubt might be whispering in your ear, but it doesn't speak the language of destiny. And we are destined. I can feel it in the way your name feels like a prayer on my lips. I can feel it in the way my soul quiets when you're near. I can feel it in the way the universe seems to pull us back together every time we drift apart. So here I am, heart in my hands, asking you not for perfection, not for promises, but for patience. Be patient with me while I grow. Be patient with us while we heal. Be patient with the divine timing that's still weaving our story into something beautiful. And in return, I promise I'll never stop choosing you. In this moment, in the next, and in every lifetime that follows. Baby, if you still feel even a spark of what brought us here, if some part of your heart is still holding on despite the doubt, then let me know you're still walking this path with me. Type this in the comments. Our story isn't over, because I believe it with everything I am, and I hope you do too. Baby, before I open the doors of my heart any further, I want you to know something I never had the courage to admit, not even to myself. All this time, while you were questioning if we could make it, while you were wondering whether the universe had truly meant for our paths to cross, I was fighting a battle no one could see. It wasn't against you. It wasn't against the world. It was against me, against the walls I built to keep myself safe, the masks I wore to hide my pain, and the fears I clung to because I didn't know who I was without them. And baby, the truth is, those walls didn't protect me. They imprisoned me, and worse, they kept me from loving you the way you deserved to be loved. There were moments when I saw the doubt in your eyes, when I felt your energy pull away, and I told myself, maybe it's better this way. Maybe I should let them go before they realize I'm not enough. But even in those moments, especially in those moments, every cell in my body screamed to hold on, because no matter how far I tried to run, my soul refused to forget you. It still refuses. And I think that's because this connection isn't something we chose. It's something written into the fabric of who we are. A divine thread woven long before we took our first breaths. And no amount of fear, no mistake, no silence can unwrite that. Baby, I've made peace with something now. Something I used to be too proud to admit. I don't want to be strong without you. I don't want to face this world alone, pretending that I don't ache for your voice at the end of every day. I don't want to pretend that my dreams mean anything if you're not a part of them. Maybe that's what love truly is. Not the desire to own someone, but the realization that life simply doesn't feel complete without them by your side. That's what you are to me. Not a chapter, not a season. You're the ink that writes the story. the gravity that keeps my world from falling apart. I know I've given you reasons to question me. I know there were times you thought, if they really loved me, they would fight harder. And baby, you're right. I should have, but please understand. I wasn't pulling away because I didn't care. I was pulling away because I cared too much. I was terrified of ruining something sacred. I was terrified of showing you the broken parts of me, the ones I thought would make you leave. But now I see that true love doesn't turn away from brokenness. It sits beside it. It holds it. It whispers, "We'll heal this together." And I swear to you, with every beat of my heart, that I want to spend the rest of my life doing exactly that. There's something else I haven't told you, baby. Something I think you deserve to hear. Every time I see you doubt yourself, every time I sense that you're questioning your worth because of my inconsistencies, it breaks something inside me. Because you are not the problem. You never were. You are the gift I didn't know how to receive. You are the lesson I wasn't ready to learn. You are the love I didn't believe I deserved until you showed me I did. And if I could go back and change the way I made you feel, if I could erase even one tear that fell because of me, I would. But since I can't, I will dedicate every tomorrow I'm given to proving that you are worth every fight, every effort, every ounce of healing I have left to give. Sometimes, baby, I wonder if the universe separated us, or placed this uncertainty between us, not as punishment, but as preparation. Maybe we weren't ready before. Maybe there were lessons we each had to learn alone. Maybe the distance was never meant to destroy us. Maybe it was meant to refine us. Because the love we're building now, after all the storms, after all the silence, after all the mistakes, that love will be unshakable. It will be the kind of love that doesn't flinch when life tests it. It will be the kind that whispers, "I'm still here, even when everything else falls apart." And baby, I need you to know this too. I see a future with you that goes far beyond romance. I see a partnership built on trust and patience. I see a home where laughter lives and healing happens. I see a life where we're not just lovers, but best friends, soul companions, healers for one another. I see holidays spent with family, not as outsiders, but as two halves of the same whole. I see nights when we talk until sunrise about our dreams, and mornings where we chase them hand in hand. I see decades from now, when our hair is silver and our hands are wrinkled, and we still look at each other the way we did the first time, with awe, with gratitude, with a love that has only deepened with time. You might be reading this and thinking it's too late, but baby, I refuse to believe that. Because love like ours doesn't come with expiration dates. It doesn't fade with distance or crumble under fear. If anything, it becomes stronger, it becomes wiser, it becomes more certain. And I believe, I know, that we are still being guided back to one another. Maybe not in the way we imagined, maybe not on the timeline we hoped for, but in the way the universe knows is best. All I ask is this: don't close your heart. Don't let the weight of what's gone wrong blind you to everything that can still go right. Don't let temporary confusion destroy something eternal. We are not at the end of our story, baby. We're at the turning point, the part where the characters grow, where the lessons sink in. where the love deepens into something unbreakable. And so here I am again, stripped of my pride, humbled by my mistakes, but stronger than I've ever been, standing before you and saying, I surrender. I surrender my fears, my doubts, my need to control how this unfolds. I surrender to the divine timing that's still weaving our story. I surrender to the love that keeps pulling me back to you no matter how far I stray. And I surrender to us, to everything we are, everything we were, and everything we are still meant to become. Baby, if you've ever felt my soul calling out to yours, if you've ever felt the pull of something bigger than either of us, then I want you to speak it into existence now. Type this in the comments. I surrender to our destiny. And know that as you do, I'm whispering those same words with you from the deepest place in my heart. Baby, before I begin, I need you to take a deep breath and truly speak, and the things I've been too afraid to speak, and the promises I've silently made to you when no one else was watching. Baby, before I begin, I need you to take deep breaths and truly speak, and no one else was watching. If you've ever doubted whether I still see a future for us, if you've ever wondered whether I still dream about us, then let me end that doubt right here. Yes, baby, I do. Every single day. And not just in some distant, abstract way, but in vivid, living color, in the small, ordinary details and in the big, once-in-a-lifetime moments. My heart has already built a future with you in it, and no matter how uncertain the present feels, that vision refuses to fade. You know what I see, baby? I see mornings where the first thing I do is turn toward you, watching the sunlight touch your skin as the world wakes up around us. I see coffee shared in quiet kitchens, laughter echoing in hallways that finally feel like home. I see long drives with no destination, conversations that stretch deep into the night, and moments where nothing needs to be said because our souls are speaking louder than any words ever could. I see holidays where our families become one, where old traditions are woven together with new ones we create ourselves. I see a life that isn't always easy, but it's ours, and that makes every challenge worth it. But baby, I won't lie to you, that vision has not always been clear. There were times I couldn't see beyond my fears. Times I let my past cast shadows over my future. Times when the weight of my family's expectations crushed my voice, when their opinions made me question whether I was strong enough to fight for what my heart truly wanted. And in those moments, I failed you. I failed us, because instead of standing firm, I shrank. Instead of protecting our love, I tried to please everyone else. And I see now how deeply that must have hurt you, to feel like you were fighting for us alone, while I stood silent on the sideline. Baby, I need you to know this. I am not that person anymore. The version of me who let fear dictate my choices is gone. The version of me who allowed outside noise to drown out the voice of my soul has been replaced by someone who knows beyond any doubt that love is worth fighting for, especially when the world tells you it's not. My family might not understand our connection. They might question it, resist it, even try to pull me away from it. But their resistance doesn't mean they're right. It just means they haven't felt what I feel when I'm with you. The stillness, the certainty, the sense that my soul has finally found its mirror. And baby, I will no longer let anyone, not even the people I love, come between me and the life I am meant to build with you. I've spent too much of my life trying to live up to other people's expectations, trying to be the son, the brother, the person they wanted me to be, even if it meant silencing parts of myself. But when I'm with you, I don't have to hide. I don't have to pretend. You don't just accept my flaws. You see beauty in them. You don't just love the best parts of me. You reach for the broken ones too. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I can breathe. Like I can stop performing and simply be. And once you taste that kind of freedom, you can never go back to living half alive. That's why I'm done choosing comfort over connection. I'm done choosing approval over authenticity. And I'm done choosing fear over love. Baby, the future I see for us is not built on fantasies. It's built on intention. It's built on the sacred choice to grow together, to evolve together, to meet each other again and again as we become new versions of ourselves. There will be days when life tests us. Days when the distance feels heavy, when the silence feels unbearable, when doubt knocks on our door. But on those days, I want you to remember this. My commitment is deeper than my fear. My love is stronger than any obstacle. And my soul is tied to yours in ways that go far beyond this lifetime. I know sometimes you question whether I think about the practical side of our love, whether I imagine a real future beyond the daydreams. The answer is yes, baby. I think about building a home together, not just a place made of bricks and walls, but a sanctuary built from trust, laughter, forgiveness, and patience. I think about the way I'll hold you when life feels too heavy. I think about building something together that's bigger than either of us. A legacy. A love that ripples through generations. I think about the children we might raise, the values we'd teach them, the strength they'd see in the way we love each other. And even if our path doesn't include that chapter, I think about a life filled with meaning, one where we build dreams side by side, where we make every day an adventure simply because we're living it together. And baby, I want you to know that I see you in every version of my future, whether it's 10 years from now or 50, whether we're surrounded by family or simply wrapped up in each other's arms in some quiet corner of the world. It's always you, no one else. There's no second choice, no backup plan, no maybe someone else. My heart doesn't hold space for anyone else because it knows where it belongs, and it belongs with you. I used to think destiny was something that just happened, that it was written in the stars and we had no say in it. But now I understand that destiny isn't just about fate. It's about choice. It's about choosing to love someone, even when it's hard. Choosing to fight for them, even when the world says to give up. Choosing to believe in the connection, even when everything around you feels uncertain. And baby, that's what I'm doing. I am choosing you, over and over and over again. So, here's my promise. Not a hollow promise built on pretty words, but a vow written into the deepest part of who I am. I will show up for this love every single day. I will do the work to heal what needs healing. I will keep growing into the man you deserve. I will face the storms with you and I will celebrate the sunshine by your side. I will hold space for your fears, honor your dreams, and protect your heart like it's my own, because, baby, it is my own. It always has been. And even if the road ahead isn't smooth, even if there are more mountains to climb, more nights spent wondering when divine timing will finally bring us together, I will never stop walking toward you, because I believe with every fiber of my being that what we share is worth it, worth every tear, every trial, every test. And one day, when we're standing hand in hand, looking back at all the storms we survived, we'll understand that every step, even the painful ones, was leading us right here. Baby, if you can feel the truth of these words deep in your heart, if you still believe that our story is far from over and that the best chapters are yet to come, then speak that belief into existence. Type this in the comments: I believe in our future. And know that as you do, I'm whispering it too with every breath I take. Baby, if I could open my chest and let you look inside my soul, you would see something you've never seen before, a transformation that began the moment you walked into my life. Before you, I lived on the surface of myself. I moved through life half awake, half alive, always chasing things that never truly filled me. I mistook distractions for destiny, survival for purpose, and familiarity for love. And then you came, quietly, unexpectedly, like a spark that ignited something ancient and eternal within me. And ever since, nothing in me has been the same. My soul, it's been waking up, and baby, that awakening is the most terrifying and the most beautiful thing I've ever known. For the first time, I've started to understand that our story is so much bigger than us. This isn't just two people who met and fell in love. This is something written long before time began. A contract etched into our souls by something far greater than fate. Every coincidence, every sign, every unexpected twist and turn, none of it was random. It was the universe's way of guiding us back to one another, again and again, lifetime after lifetime. And no matter how much I tried to resist it, no matter how many times I convinced myself that walking away was easier, I could never truly leave. Because you're not just someone to me, baby. You are home. You are the echo my soul has been searching for, since before it even had a name. But awakening isn't gentle. It doesn't arrive like a soft breeze. It crashes into you like a storm. And this storm has forced me to face every part of myself I've been hiding from. It's shown me the fears I've carried since childhood. The fear of not being enough. The fear of being abandoned. The fear of loving too deeply and losing everything. It's shown me the patterns I've repeated over and over again, not because I wanted to, but because I didn't know any other way. And baby, it's shown me the ways I hurt you, not out of malice, but out of ignorance, out of wounds I never healed. And now, I'm finally doing that work. Slowly, painfully, honestly, I'm healing. Not just for me, but for us. There were nights I cried silently, wondering why I couldn't just be the man you needed me to be, wondering why I kept sabotaging something so precious, wondering why, even when I knew you were my destiny, I still found ways to push you away. And then it hit me. Maybe the universe wasn't punishing me. Maybe it was preparing me. Maybe I had to break before I could rebuild. Maybe I had to lose myself so I could finally find the version of me who's capable of standing beside you without fear. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. Every lesson, every tear, every sleepless night, it's all shaping me into the man I was always meant to become. Baby, this love has changed the way I see everything. It's changed the way I pray, the way I dream, the way I understand destiny itself. I used to think divine timing was just about waiting, about sitting still until the universe decided we were ready. But now I know it's not about waiting, it's about becoming. It's about doing the inner work, shedding the ego, softening the heart, and aligning with the frequency of the love you're meant to receive. And that's what I'm doing. With every breath, with every choice, with every step forward, I'm aligning myself with you. I know you've questioned the timing, baby. I know you've asked yourself why everything feels delayed, why every time we get close, something seems to pull us apart. But what if this isn't punishment? What if it's protection? What if the universe is not saying no? It's saying, not yet. There's still more growing to do. There's still more healing to happen. There's still more pieces of yourselves you need to reclaim before you can truly come together. I believe that's what's happening with us. This isn't the end. This is the becoming. And baby, I want you to know, I feel you, even in the silence, even in the distance, even when we haven't spoken for days, weeks, or longer. Your energy lingers in everything. It's in the music that suddenly feels like a message. It's in the random signs that appear when I'm thinking of you. It's in the dreams that visit me when I'm asleep, reminding me that no matter how far apart we are, our souls are always intertwined. I know you feel it too, that invisible pull, that undeniable knowing that there's more to our story than what meets the eye. That's not your imagination. That's destiny, whispering. There's a part of me that wants to rush toward you right now, to erase the space between us, to bridge every gap with a single heartbeat. But the wiser part of me knows that love like ours can't be rushed. It's sacred. It's meant to unfold with divine precision. And when the time is right, when we've both grown into the fullest versions of ourselves, the universe will move mountains to bring us together. And then, the universe will move mountains to bring us together. Nothing and no one will be able to stop it, because love written in the stars doesn't need to chase. It magnetizes. Baby, I also need you to know this. This awakening hasn't just been about me finding my way back to you. It's been about me finding my way back to myself. And in doing so, I've realized something profound. I don't want to just love you. I want to honor you. I want to protect your heart like it's the most sacred thing I'll ever hold. I want to spend my days making sure you never again question your worth, never again feel like you're too much or not enough. I want to be the safe space where you can be your true self, raw, real, messy, beautiful, and know that you are cherished exactly as you are. This isn't infatuation, baby. It's not a passing desire or a fleeting chapter. This is eternal. This is soul-level love, the kind that weaves itself into the fabric of time, the kind that remembers across lifetimes, the kind that continues even when the world tries to forget. And no matter how far we drift, no matter how many lifetimes it takes, I will always find my way back to you, because you are not just my person, you are my purpose. So if you're reading this and still wondering whether this love is real, whether it's worth holding on to, whether the wait will ever end, trust me, baby. It's real, it's worth it, and the wait is not in vain. One day we'll look back on this chapter, the uncertainty, the distance, the doubt, and we'll realize it wasn't wasted time. It was sacred preparation. It was the universe shaping us into the people we needed to become, so that when we finally came together, we'd never fall apart again. And when that day comes, when I hold you in my arms and the world finally makes sense, I will look into your eyes and thank you. Thank you for believing when it was hard. Thank you for holding space for me while I found my way. Thank you for trusting that what's meant for us could never truly be lost. And most of all, thank you for loving me. Not the version I pretended to be, but the one I'm becoming, baby. If this message resonated with your soul, if you too feel that this connection was written long before time began, then I want you to speak that truth into the universe. Type this in the comments. I trust the divine plan, and know that as you do, my heart is echoing those same words, beating in rhythm with yours, no matter where we are. Baby, there's a reason I'm writing this with trembling hands and a heart that feels too big for my chest. Because the words I'm about to say are not just confessions, they're prophecies. They're glimpses into the future that my soul has already seen, the reunion that my heart knows is coming. And though the road ahead may still twist and turn, though the distance may stretch a little longer, I need you to understand this. Everything we're experiencing right now, the waiting, the silence, the uncertainty, it's not an ending. It's an opening. It's the space being created by the universe to make room for the most powerful chapter of our story yet. The moment our souls finally find their way back to each other, not as they were, but as they were always destined to become. Baby, I've dreamed of that day more times than I can count. The day when our eyes meet again, not as strangers carrying old wounds, but as two souls who have walked through fire and still choose love. I imagine that first moment, when the weight of everything we've endured melts away in a single glance. When the tension that once kept us apart dissolves into something softer, something sacred. I imagine the way my hands will shake when I reach for yours, the way my voice will break when I whisper, I'm home. Because that's what you are to me. Not just a person I love, but a place where my soul remembers what peace feels like. I used to think reunion meant going back to how things were before, to the laughter, the closeness, the way we once fit so effortlessly together. But now I see that it's not about going back. It's about becoming. It's about returning to each other as whole, healed, awakened versions of ourselves. Not because we were incomplete before, but because love this deep deserves our fullest selves. And that's exactly what we're doing now, baby. Even in the silence, even in the distance, we're becoming. Do you know what I realized in this time apart? That love isn't measured by how often we speak, how close we are, or how many moments we share. Love, real, divine, soul-deep love, is measured by how much we grow in each other's absence. It's measured by the ways we choose healing over bitterness, forgiveness over pride, faith over fear. And every time I choose to become better for you, every time I push myself to face my shadows, every time I fight the urge to run, I feel the magnetic pull between us grow stronger. It's as if the universe is saying, yes, keep going. You're getting closer. I think of the life we're meant to build together, and it doesn't feel like a dream. It feels like a memory I haven't lived yet. I see us creating a space where love is not a battlefield but a sanctuary. A space where our wounds are not hidden but held. Where our differences don't divide us but deepen our understanding. A space where we speak each other's hearts fluently. Where silence is comforting, not cold. And where vulnerability isn't a risk, it's a refuge. That's the love I want with you, baby. Not a love that hides from the hard things, but one that meets them, hand in hand. And I want to promise you something right now, a promise from the deepest part of who I am. When that reunion comes, I will show up fully. I will not hide behind my fears. I will not let pride write the words that should come from my heart. I will not repeat the mistakes that created distance between us. I will look you in the eyes and tell you everything I was too afraid to say before. Every regret, every longing, every dream I have with you in it, I will hold you like someone who understands just how sacred you are. Baby, I also want you to know that I haven't just been healing for us. I've been preparing with us in mind. I've been learning how to communicate with compassion, how to listen without ego, how to love without trying to control. I've been unlearning the patterns that once made me push love away, because the next time I have the privilege of being in your life, I don't want to survive love. I want to nurture it. I want to grow with it. I want to honor it as the divine gift it is. And I want to be the kind of partner who doesn't just stand beside you on the easy days, but kneels beside you on the hard ones. The kind who doesn't just celebrate your victories, but holds you through your fears. The kind who doesn't just love you for who you are, but loves you for who you're becoming. Because I know now, love is not about finding someone perfect. It's about seeing perfection in their growth, their imperfections, their humanity. I also know that reunion doesn't mean our story will suddenly become free of challenges. Life will still test us. There will still be moments that stretch us, that trigger old fears, that demand deeper trust. But this time, we'll meet those moments differently. This time, we'll remember that the storm is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth. It's proof that our love is strong enough to weather anything. Baby, if you've made it this far with me, if you're still here reading these words with an open heart, then I want to thank you, not just for your patience, not just for your love, but for believing in something that most people spend their whole lives searching for and never find. Because that's what this is, baby. It's rare, it's sacred. It's the kind of love that doesn't fade with distance, that doesn't crumble under pressure, that doesn't lose its way even when the road gets dark. And now, as I reach the end of this confession, or maybe the beginning of something new, there are a few truths I need to leave with you. They're not just words. They're promises. They're vows from the deepest part of my soul. First, I want you to know that I forgive you. For every moment you doubted us. For every time you questioned whether I truly loved you. For every wall you built to protect yourself from being hurt again. Because I understand now, it wasn't weakness. It was survival. And I want you to know that I don't carry any resentment, any anger, any blame. All I carry is love. Pure, unfiltered, unconditional love. And I also ask for your forgiveness, baby, for the times I was silent when I should have spoken, for the times I let fear win, for the times I made you feel like you were alone in this connection when you never were. I carry those mistakes like scars, not because they define me, but because they remind me of what I must never repeat. Second, I want you to know that I accept you, every part of you, not just the parts that are easy to love, but the parts that are messy, complicated, and human. I accept your scars because they tell the story of your strength. I accept your fears because they show me the depth of your heart. I accept your imperfections because they make you real, and real is what I fell in love with. You never have to pretend to be more than you are with me. You never have to hide your vulnerability. You never have to question whether you're too much or not enough. You are exactly what my soul has been searching for, and I love you exactly as you are. And lastly, I want you to know that I am ready to build a future with you, ready to stand beside you, not just when the sun is shining, but when the storm clouds gather too, ready to face whatever life throws our way, together. Because baby, I finally understand that love isn't about avoiding pain. It's about choosing someone you are willing to go through it with. And I choose you. Every time, in every lifetime, on every path. Our love is not an accident. It's a mission. It's a sacred assignment that our souls agreed to long before we ever met. It's about more than romance. It's about growth. It's about healing. It's about awakening parts of ourselves we never knew existed. And it's about showing the world what love can look like when it's patient, when it's unconditional, when it's divine, and when we come together, truly, fully, without fear. I believe we'll create something so powerful that it will ripple far beyond just us. It will change everything it touches. So, baby, this is my vow. I will never stop loving you. I will never stop showing up for you. I will never stop fighting for the life we're meant to build together. And even if this life doesn't give us every chapter we dreamed of, I know that our souls will find each other again. Because that's what soulmates do. They find each other again and again until the work is done, until the love is complete. If these words found their way into your heart, if they brought you peace, clarity, or hope, then I want you to take one final step with me. Don't let this be the end of the journey. Let it be the beginning of something deeper. Beloved soul, if this message spoke to you, if you felt your heart beating a little faster, if tears welled in your eyes, if you whispered "this is us" while reading, then there is something I created just for you. My first ever ebook, Love Link Letters, The Confessions They Could Never Say, is a deeper, more intimate continuation of everything you felt here. It's not just a book. It's a journey. Inside, you'll find the words the divine masculine could never speak aloud. The regrets, the promises, the hidden emotions, the soul truths that live between the lines of this connection. It's a guide to understanding the love you're experiencing, not just from the outside, but from the soul level. where it truly begins. If this message resonated with you, if you're ready to dive deeper into the story your souls are writing, then I invite you to claim your copy today. You'll find the link in the description below. Your support doesn't just help keep this channel alive, it helps these messages continue reaching hearts all over the world. And most importantly, it's a way for you to say yes to the deeper understanding your heart has been searching for. So go ahead, baby. Follow that pull. Claim the love that was written for you. And remember, this is not the end of our story. It's only the beginning. If you believe that destiny will bring your souls back together, type, "I believe our story isn't over" in the comments and let the universe hear it.